Assalamu alaikum جميعا. 5 minutes only and we'll start inshallah. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Mr. Arsaf. Yes, we can. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Hello, Henry. How are you doing?
Great. We're looking forward to this discussion with you today.
Okay.
Hello. Is anybody on the conference ولا لا؟ Is anybody on the conference? Hello.
Yes, we will start immediately. We start right now. People still joining, so we'll start. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ashraf Salahuddin. I have the pleasure to be with you today, inshallah, in this very important session, Digital Transformation for Arab Organizations and Government. We'll speak in English and Arabic, so if anyone has a problem with the English, I think you can just type one or just let me in the private chat. And session will be, it's already online on YouTube as well as here in Zoom. I will share the presentation. Can you see the presentation now?
Yes, Mr. Ashraf.
Okay. About myself, my name is, as I told you, my name is Ashraf Salahuddin, founder High-Tech Vision since 206, member of Association of Egyptian American Scholars, board member of Chamber of Information Technology and Telecom, Federation of Egyptian Industries, lecturer with Arado Arab League, certified instructor, Chartered Institute of Environmental Health, UK, lecturer Arab Tourism Organization, Arab League. I have a published book issued year 2003 titled in Arabic, Internet عالم متغير, Internet is a changing world. I have a weekly column titled Hashtagiyat or hashtags in English in عالم رقمي weekly newspaper. Also, I'm a speaker in many TV programs, seminars, and conferences. Our session today, we are going to discuss the following agenda. Back to history and the disruption of waves for digital transformation, definition of digital transformation, what the leader of technology, CEO, said about digital transformation, how important the digital transformation really is. Also, we are going to discuss critical success factors to digitally led change and the life cycle of digital business transformation. Digital transformation capabilities, capacity and business model, key drivers for business transformation success, how digital can reshape every aspect of the modern enterprise. And in the second session, my friend and our colleague Henry will show you Commodore Live solution presentation with real business cases in different business categories. And finally, we are going to announce our upcoming hands-on digital transformation workshop and how we can participate and all related details. If you go back in the history, how many of you can remember the analog issue when we have the analog and wave one? Consider digital, starting of the digital era, emancipation of production. This is the wave one. Then when the internet started, year 2005 almost, wave two started, emancipation of physical boundaries. Then social media and social activities started. This is what we consider wave three. Emancipation of distribution and gatekeeping. And when mobility started, or mobile started, this is what considered wave four. Emancipation of time, space, time and no time and space restrictions. Depending on degree of companies, in the late 17th, the first mechanical loom started. This is what we call industrial revolution, mechanization. And the year 1870, first assembly line clinical. This is industrial revolution, industrialization. It started year 1870. And industrial revolution automation started year 1969 with the first programmable logic controller, PLC, Modicon 84 as you see. And industrial revolution autonomization, which started the fourth nation, which is automated. Or what's the difference between automation and autonomization, which use the computer and the programmable and all current technology. The definition of digital transformation or التحول الرقمي in Arabic, as per MIT George Westerman, MIT principal research scientist, he defined digital transformation as marks a radical rethinking of how an organization uses technology, people, and the process to fundamentally change business performance. This is the main objective of the digital transformation. And in the next couple of slides, we are going to discuss how business leaders in a variety of industries are approaching the digitization and the migration towards the Industry Revolution 4. Most of us, of course, know Satya Nadella, Microsoft Chief CEO, who summarized the common vision of digital transformation based on the CEOs, technology leaders worldwide, as the desire to use digital technology to change the business outcome. We are going now to see what he said and what technology companies leaders and CEOs said about digital transformation. I'm going to share with you a nice video.
travel the world, as I talk to other CEOs, today is digital transformation. That's the theme, in fact, for even these 3 days. So I want top of mind as I travel the world, I talk to many other CEOs. Today's digital transformation. That's the theme, in fact, for these 3 days. So I want you to get a first-hand feel for what CEOs are thinking about all over the world when they say digital transformation. So let's roll the video.
Business, from how we conceptualize products to how we engage with our customers to how we support them.
I think there's going to be more change in the financial services industry in the next 5 years than there's been in the last 30 years.
I think it's
really help to bring people out of poverty. Let's connect up better, give everyone the opportunity to feel involved in solving problems together.
Every touch points with the customer, this digital component that unleashes possibilities.
It's going to be an exciting time and also very personalized for the consumer.
I think the patient will increasingly have more of their own information and need to be engaged as partners in their own healthcare. I think that is a big change.
I think you'll see a material in the efficiency, much more digital delivery.
Clearly, the customer is wanting to combine what they love about a digital experience with what they love about a physical experience. Those worlds have been coming together for some time, and it is only accelerating.
So what you heard from those CEOs is their desire to use digital technology to change their business outcomes, whether it be how they engage their customers and personalize that, how they empower their employees so that they can make better decisions and drive their business forward. How they optimize their operations, how they build up that predictive power inside of their organization so that every operation is intelligent. And lastly, how they transform their products or services and their fundamental business model. It's these digital outcomes that every CEO deeply cares about. In fact, the thing that we will talk a lot about is every customer of ours now is not only looking to use digital technology, but they're building digital technology of their own.
So as we said, Sorry for the connection. Actually, I'm connected from two different devices to avoid for business continuity, but one of them already gone. So I'm connected. Can you hear some echo?
Yes, there is echo, yes.
Okay, I'm going to. As you hear from the CEOs, that the desire to use the definition of digital technology is a desire to use digital transformation. It's the desire to use digital technology to change the business outcomes. How important the digital transformation really is, based on a Accenture study recently. It will be shared with everybody already registered for the webinar. 85% of CEOs say the disruptive impact of new technology has increased, and there is no longer a future vision. It's something that must start happening now, and it's already does with some organizations. Based on this study, 74% say disruptive impact of constantly shifting customer demands has increased depending on new products, and 62% say investors are among their most disruptive stakeholders. 72% say disruptive impact of new market entrants has increased, because as we are here now, we have some joining from Saudi Arabia, others from UK, others from Canada, and from everywhere. So we already has no boundaries, which open new markets for any industries or products. 49% say employees are among their most disruptive stakeholders. And also based on a survey, recent industry survey by Progress, 80% of decision makers feel that if they don't progress with the digital transformation within the next 12 months, they will massively be behind their competition. And also per McKinsey, only 16% of survey organizations indicated that their project resulted in improved performance. This is very important to consider and allowed them to sustain those changes in the long term. Another 7% said that they saw the early benefits of digital transformation, but those were not sustainable. Waves of digital disruption. Year 1995 started the music, photography, and video rental. Year 2010 started print media, TV, travel, HR. Starting from year 2015, banking, healthcare, automotive, retail, education, and telecom. And from 2020 plus, all safe havens will be subject to digital disruption. There is 9 critical success factors to digitally led change, and based on Digital Works Group, as we can see here in this diagram, we have strategic change factors in green, like you have to have clear vision, strategy, objectives, and targets. Also, you need ownership of digital by all executive team, and you need to get full support from higher level and decision makers. Also, user customers experience led throughout the business completely should be changed. The right organization, environment, and empowerment, it's important also. The elements or factors in blue is execution change factors, like making the right level of investment, a communications plan which brings the vision to life, also planning and measuring change centrally. We need also to have long-term technical and data architect and the plan. Also, you need cross-functional working, the right creation and the practices, as what we're going to see with Commodore at the end of our session, the second part of our session today. The life cycle of digital business transformation explained as the first step, you need to create more personal computing by building the intelligent cloud platform. To build your intelligent cloud platform, you need to get your customers engaged and also to empower your employees, and they know exactly how they are going to manage and deal with the new technology and the new digital transformations tools. Also, you will need to reinvent the productivity and the business processes. This is what we're going also to discuss in details, and we see the use cases, the second part of our session. You need to optimize your operations. You need also to transfer your products. For example, what we are doing now, this is a matter of transforming lectures and the training, instructor-led training in a classroom, or now we are doing it remotely, just to be ready to do and to adopt the digital transformation. Digital transformation capability model, which we mentioned in the previous slide, here in some details. Engage your customers. How you are going to engage your customer? By using digital advertising and client or customer loyalty management program, or customer data management and analytics, online and mobile commerce, technology-enabled stores, omni-channel experience delivery, customer service automation. This is what we're going to discuss in details using the Commodore platform, inshallah. Empower your employees by using digital talent management and development, employee mobility, productivity and collaboration, technology-enabled employee engagement, optimizing your operations using data-driven supply chain and logistics, digital equipment management, intelligent process and quality control, digitizing frontline and back office operation. Transform your products by using research and ideation, product development, whatever it's a new products or just enhancing the current products, and also product launch. Most of us know what a business model is. But business model needs to be somehow changed to match the digital transformation. Business model describes the definition of business model. It describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value in economic, social, culture, and other contexts. The process of business model construction and modification is also called business model innovation, which we are going to discuss in details, and forms a part of business strategy. Business model canvas is a strategic management and lean startup template for developing a new or documenting existing business model. It is visual chart with elements describing a firm's or product's value proposition, infrastructure, customers, and finance. This is an example of the common or the regular business model canvas, which includes key partners, key activities, key resources, value proposition, customer relationships, channels, customer segments, cost structure, and how you will stream your revenue, how you will be able to get your revenue and streaming your revenue. To innovate our business model, we have 4 options here, or 4 module startup. If you don't have a current business model and a new business model is created, this is what we call a startup, or startup, which we common startup for companies or technology companies nowadays. Business model transformation, there is a current business model that is changed into another business model. And also business model diversification. The current business model stays in place and an additional business model is created. Business model acquisition, an additional business model is identified, acquired, and integrated. Business model innovation frame in more details. The first stage, what are your goals? You will define customer experience transformation. Can we increase demand by serving a different set of customers, for example, or convert the non-customers to customers? Create new value propositions for customers to look for what's their pains and try to convert it to gains or to solve their problems and pains. Improve sales and marketing by improving the brand, for example, or understanding better what's missing in the market. Find the white space, what we call it white space. Improve the quality of existing products. Digital optimization efficiency, like can we deliver cheaper or more efficiency by improving supplier effectiveness, improve operation efficiency, or improve employee productivity, like what we're going to see using Comedor platform, the second part of our session today. The second, what should change? Value proposition, customer segments, channels, products and services, revenue streaming, value chain. Third, where is the impact of all the above? Business impact frame, strategic alignment, modernize architect, enable agile, for example, or direct payback, reduce risk. IT value frame, like accelerate time to market, increase coverage, recession proofing, more agility, reduce unit cost. Regarding product services and revenue streaming, you need to increase revenue and increase the quality, and you need also to decrease cost and risk. Value chain, accelerate business by accelerating your business. Digital can reshape every aspect of the modern enterprise by changing the customer experience, for example. Streamless multi-channel experience, or wherever surface propositions, product and service innovation, new digital products and services, corporate of new products, creation of new products, and well-known example now for the digital or the share transportation like Uber, Careem, Amazon. All this has their business based on the digital and connecting people together. Distribution and marketing and sales, like digital marketing with higher return on investment, digital augmentation and traditional channels. Digital fulfillment for full through processing and automatic provisioning, virtual services and administration, risk optimization by improving targeting with customer insights, embedded automated controls and risk proofing. Finally, enhancing corporate control by improving real-time management information systems and decision-making. This is a very important tool which Commodore and RBA and other things will provide, and we are going to discuss in details during our next workshop. Seamless integration into third parties. This is also important and will be available by digital transformation. Key drivers for digital transformation success. Management team established clear change story for transformation. This actually is accredited to McKinsey. Actually, it has columns describing digital tools, digital self-serve, senior management impact, and fostering scene of urgency for making transformation changes, people engagement in key roles, standard operations. As you see here, the blue color shows statement describes transformation, and the light blue statement doesn't describe transformation. You can see the difference between them. It's about 2x or double. Digital transformation, developing core capabilities across various business areas. We'll start with business activities functions, for example, business process, business models, business ecosystem, business assets, organizational culture, partnership ecosystems, people empowerment, hyper awareness, informed decision making, and fast execution. This is the most important of digital transformation, developing the core capabilities across various business areas. Regarding digital disruption, technology is a potential direct, as we all agreed, indirect source of disruptions. Also, technology is part of a strategic solution in a context of solving challenges, among which can be this disruption. Technology inducted, customer inducted, then ecosystem inducted, innovation inducted, all disruption, innovation, challenges, optimization, digitalization, the change, context, strategy, and based on the core is the technology. If you have any questions or any points we need to discuss together before starting the second live demo and of Commodore by Henri. Any questions?
Yes, this is Hisham Al-Hariri speaking.
Hisham, welcome.
I think I just want to understand an issue between, or what is the difference between what you presented and just on automation? Because to me, digital transformation is not really a technical issue.
Exactly.
So it is not the automation. The automation is the technology that we use to achieve the goal that we are aiming for. But digital transformation to me is mainly a culture change, a process, of course, business model change. I agree with what you said. But to me, most importantly, is before in the 60s, 70s, and almost till now, business were conducted in more vertical way, and today the technology evolution allow business should be conducted in much more transversal way. So it is a more horizontal. Before that, you had like we used to call it the Chinese wallet. It means that nobody not connected to the others. Now the digital transformation is everybody is connected, and we are connecting the data via data center or databases and etc. Do you get my point? It means
yes, I agree with you, Dr. Hisham. I agree with you that digital transformation is not automation. And many people, it's confusing for even some of the decision makers. They don't know. Once you have a website that I have a digital transformation issue. I started already my digital transformation. If you have online payment gateway, you are digitally transformed, which is not correct.
Yes, and this is what I think it would be good if you could elaborate in your presentation the difference between the automation and the digital transformation. Because what I have seen so far, and maybe I'm wrong, but the perception that I got, it is more towards automation. It's more toward improving productivity through the automation, not through the digital transformation that requires that you redefine the process, that requires that you redefine the business model.
Yes, I got your point, Dr. Hisham. And the second part, we see exactly how we can implement artificial intelligence and machine learning, and how to make the processes automated and digital transformation, and all the details. And we will have a 4 days workshop, which we are announced at the end of this, which will cover all what we kindly mentioned in your speech now, because it's very difficult to just summarize it in one, and you need to awareness first to get everybody involved, and to give the community and society and people ready for digital transformation. You need infrastructure also to be ready to adapt and to be ready for digital transformation. All community should be ready, and you need also the laws might be changed to enable digital transformation. Many items here, which is
no. I'm talking about the presentation itself. The presentation itself is very good, but the trap is people might think it is only automation, and to me, digital transformation is not
completely something different.
Yes. And one point, if you would allow, one very important point for all companies that really need to make a digital transformation, it's key, very important. It's key that organization need to understand the issue, as I said before, between business going and collaboration going vertically versus now it is horizontally or transversal. This is key. And the first thing organizations or companies need to do is to review their structure, organization chart, in order to facilitate the collaboration between the horizontal collaboration and coordination between the departments. So
you are right, Dr. Hisham.
Yes. All mainly most of organization need to go through a matrix organization and not only a vertical organization in order to facilitate the coordination between the different departments. It is transversal.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Sorry,
And there is now a new job already created, digital transformation specialist and consultant, to make analysis and exactly implement what you mentioned.
Mr. Ashraf, if you allow me.
Sure. I would like to welcome Engineer Said Farouk, who's from UK. He's a sports technology consultant, and he's our best friend. Tfaddal, Engineer Said.
Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. Digital transformation, in my view, it's all about the consumer. How are you going to get your business across to your consumer, and how the consumer actually consume your services? So if you look at it from like a bird's eye view, you would look into it like internally and externally. Internally, you need the three main layers of your business to collaborate together in order to deliver a service to a consumer that can consume it digitally. So you need the infrastructure, you need the application layer to work really well with it, and you need to leverage all the data of your application within the organization in order to be able to translate that to your consumer. Like in my case, I work with football clubs in the UK and Italy and Spain. If you're looking at it, in 2007, there was no digital transformation at all. Since the fans started to have a smartphone, we had to transform the organization in order to communicate with your fan, which is our consumer. So it's all about delivering the services at the tip of your organization into your consumer or your fan, and your fan need to be able to have the tools in order to consume those services. So looking at it, a lot of people might understand it like, oh, I have a website, or I have some social media accounts and things like that, and say I have a digital transformation. You're not even 10% of it. These are elements of a much bigger picture, and if you're willing to apply something like that, you kind of like transforming your own organization to suit the customer or to suit the consumer. So that's just a point I wanted to maybe clarify.
Thank you, Engineer Said. Mr. Mohammed Al-Arabi, you have a comment?
Yes. Regarding the comment from Dr. Hisham in regards the automation and the digital transformation, and there is confusion all the time regarding the two areas. Yes, you are right, Dr. Hisham, that people are confusing. Simply because once we talk about automation, so we talk about the back end and the front end. The back end part that we need to make process automation in order to automate or to change the way we deliver the service in the back end. While in the front end, yes, we need to have some human interactions to deliver this service. And in this framework as a whole, this is service automation. It is not a digital transformation at all. Okay, and once we around the area of user or customer centricity, still we make shift to be around the customer. It is not again digital transformation. Okay, but it is the way we handle the service that to take care of the customer, to design the service, and once we keep the same business model, we keep the same value we deliver to the customer, still we are in a change, not in digital transformation. Digital transformation means that we are going to change the business model. this is the way we change the business. So this is the digital transformation. By meaning what? By meaning that we are going to change the business model. So whatever we have as business model factors, we need to change the way. The way, I mean, how we deal with the customer. What about the value stream? What are the processes? What is the value, the value chains, whatever. So once we decide to change this, so this is the digital transformation then. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Any comment, Dr. Hisham?
No, I agree with what was said and mentioned, but again, to me, of course, without infrastructure, you will not be able to be connected. So there is no digital transformation.
Yeah.
But again, the most difficult part for digital transformation, and believe me in what I am saying, is the culture change.
This is the first important, yeah. Change management, yes.
It is the culture change. This is the most important thing and most difficult, by the way. All other things are very important as well, but they are easy to be done. It is not a difficult technology. It is not, but the culture change is key. Culture change for organization, culture change for the people, for the customers, and for everybody. And to me, this is the most difficult part, and that's why there is a need for almost publicity and awareness campaign about what is really a digital transformation in a very easy way, in a very simple way, and how people can benefit out of the digital transformation. Normal people. It is the ease sources, and they have a much easier life. To get the services is much easier, is much faster, is much more correct, and etc. So and I always give this example. If you have let's take an example. If you have a fire in a house at 3 a.m. at night, today what you do is after 15 minutes of the fire, people will start feeling something wrong, maybe, or maybe after half an hour, and they will start call the fire station, who will come and try to manage this fire. And if it is 2 p.m., there is a traffic jam. The fire people will come maybe after 30 minutes. So digital transformation, if we have a real digital transformation, you will have some sensor in your home that will detect the fire, the smoke of the fire. So it's in the first, at the very beginning of the fire. They will send the location to the fire station, who could send even Tango and etc., who will come and based on this location, the drone will come and manage and to distinct the fire. And this is what we really need to understand and give people a clear sense of digital transformation in a very easy way, not difficult. So what is the advantage? You can save life for people. If you can manage and control the fire within 5 minutes, definitely is much better and safer, and you can save a lot of damages instead of handle the fire and manage it in 30 minutes. As simple as. So,
yes, I agree with you. That's why, Dr. Hisham, during our workshop, the 4-day workshop, we include one session for IoT and the blockchain, why it's important for digital as a tool for digital transformation, to exactly explain in details what you mentioned here for this fire examples. Okay, now I will leave the floor. I will leave the floor to my colleague, Mr. Henry, to show you live solution presentation with real business cases based on Commodore. The floor is yours, Henry. Fadda, you can share your.
Yes.
Raise your voice, please. Okay.
Yeah. Are you able to see me and to hear me in one?
Yes, you can share now.
Perfect. So I enjoyed your discussion so far, and the point raised by Dr. Hesham and Mr. Sayed were on the point. Actually, it's something that we also, when we discuss with our clients, something that we also come along, where companies from time to time come along, meet us at a point where they still, let's say, haven't clarified internally.
I'm sorry, Henry. I found it really difficult to hear you. Your voice is very low. It's very far.
Give a moment, please.
Maybe if everybody can put himself on mute, it would be better for the network.
Let me try again. Is it better now? I may
yes,
change
it's
in
much better now.
Excellent, excellent.
It's much better now, yeah.
Excellent. So again, good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be again in part of your discussion today and following the presentation that Mr. Ashraf has prepared, but also the discussion you had on all the points raised. And just one point before again sharing our own view of the theme of the today discussion with you is that when you discuss a common theme that we have with different discussion we have with our industry parties in our own area as a solution provider, I mean, in the digital automation area. So we have a very common case where, regardless of the size of the company or the structure or the governance they have in place, we come in a place where we discuss with the clients where the digital transformation initiative they have usually has not a complete 100%, let's say, stakeholder involvement inside the company, I mean, or even approval, but also, again, support on the project. So Dr. Hesham concluded that, summarized it in a very, again, very easy way to understood. It's a cultural thing. So even though everyone, again, on our end, what we do is technology, what we do is automation, what we do actually, we realize, help our clients to realize what they want to do, plan. Nevertheless, before that, what's very, very important as a project example is to have the cultural element in place before we actually do any change whatsoever. So on Commodore end, we fully agree with the points raised. And please, Mr. Ashraf, could you give me the option to share the screen, please?
You're already co-hosting, you can.
Oh, thank you. Could you make me a co-host again, please? For some reason, it's saying that I'm not right now.
Because your exit may be by mistake or something.
Possibly. Okay. Thank you very much.
Done.
Thank you. So let's finish with this. So I'm gonna continue where you left the discussion regarding the digital transformation itself. So if anyone could verify whether or not you are able to see the presentation deck we have in screen right now.
Yes, we can see it.
Excellent. So what we are going to go over together in the last 30 or 35 minutes together. So we'll continue about digital transformation, how exactly, where solution vendor or technology or automation or implementation comes in place in the whole our story of digital transformation we have in our company or organization. A little things about a bit of us, of our company and our capabilities, and of course our technology itself. And then we have selected two cases, which I believe all participants that from the point raised earlier, I believe you will find interesting, because the two cases we have chosen to share with you right now live, they focus again on how we can support and provide a better experience to our customers. So we would have a request case management, a customer feedback case where we implement beyond the workflow itself, but also artificial intelligence in it. And the same thing with a customer in a financial institution, possibly, just an example, which is requesting a loan from a bank. Again, a machine learning could be useful there to help the company better optimize the whole approach, but also provide a better experience to our client and a better result. And finally, a Q&A session. So something, a little bit of myself. So I've been in Commodore team a couple, 2 years now. My experience, again, has been, it's a combination in wealth management, finance, and IT, of course. IT certified, AWS practitioner, Agile and Scrum. There are two methodologies that we usually have found it to be very efficient in our own implementation delivery approach here at Commodore. Low-code application development, again, something that is the core of our implementation and our technology, which, of course, everything right now is based on cloud-enabled solution. So web-based escalation, in order for us to escalate things, in order for us to be able to adjust the case for a customer client. So my responsibility with the team, very quickly, is around in listening. It's between the technical team, I would say, and the client team. So we are there to listen what our interest party want to achieve, and collaborate cross-departmentally inside to be able to, again, deliver that case to the client. And the whole experience has been with both private and, of course, public institutions so far. So this transformation with confidence, this is what we aim to achieve. Our goal here at Commodore is that we're talking about a solution, yes, about technology, yes, but it's a proven one, something that works. So, and our team is always confident in working with our clients because we know that what we provide will provide benefit to our client, but also something that will see results from this first day. So let me continue where we left off. You, as I mentioned, all the participants, but also Mr. Ashraf mentioned again about what role of each stakeholder, each participant, or each, let's say, member in this transformation journey is. So ITIL, again, something that an approach, a framework that is globally accepted as a best practice for better to improve your service management and service delivery to your clients. In their continuous improvement model, they mention how organizations sit down on day one and understand how they can improve their business model, their culture, their service management, service delivery, but also at the end of the day, their profitability and their customer engagement, the customer satisfaction. So, and that's the whole goal, which is again something that is never ending. So where technology comes in place, where solution comes in place, where Commodore comes in place. So this is where we come in this picture. So we can, Commodore is very confident, and we have a great experience in delivering, let's say, digital transformation projects, as long as, again, this is something that we have best practices, but still, it is very, very important to our clients and to our interested parties to have an understanding of what's the vision, what they want to change, to understand where they are as is situation, where they are right now, and of course, come to us where they want to know where they want to be. So again, cultural change is something that we will support you, but something we cannot do it for you. Or in other words, something that organization must understand, and then any solution provider like Commodore, similar to what we provide in the market, again, that has been tested and has been experienced in the market, will be the ideal step to engage and, of course, deliver and support you in these transformation practices. So let's give you a very high level, again, representation of, again, solutions or technologies that, again, participate in the governance cycle of optimizing or, again, moving forward with the digital transformation, again, projects. So that's a combination of, so everything we understand here at Commodore, there is a saying that says that behind every great customer experience or is a great workflow, because, or it could be a great compliance or a great reduction in costs. It could be a great improvement in productivity. Whatever business goal there is in place, the core idea, the core path, the milestones that someone has to achieve, in our understanding, in our experience, for someone to achieve digital transformation, process excellence, someone's called results, improve themselves, improve the organization, then everything, the core of it is around a workflow or a flow of work, a continual step, combination of steps, condition that the company understands will be able to improve the way they do business. So in a workflow, is something that, again, this is where Commodore again comes to place. You have a combination right now, as Mr. Ashraf mentioned earlier, this is where right now on the fourth digital, transformation, I'd say, or fourth digital revolution, we have a combination of, a combination of roles or people that, again, improve or deliver better results in the way a company does business, but technology, commercially available technology. Now, we are not talking about right now hypothetical or research-based or something that will come in the future. We're not discussing about commercially available, proven, and working right now in our everyday life that coexist in the governance of a digital transformation project, along with people, of course. So everything has its own role, of course. So you have people for high-value, complex cognitive work. Again, it is based on how organizations understand that. You have what we call bots, or RPA technology, you may have called it, robotic process automation, which are nothing more than a piece of software designed by a vendor that is able to follow a pre-designed script or a series of steps that you, the business or the organization, has defined. And you're going to do it it's going to do it again and again, like a robot, and without errors, without any variation from the process, unstoppable. So in other words, whenever you have a rule-based work and it's a high volume, this could be an ideal area where you would put, again, a bot. And in between them, so you have the newest addition in the available commercial technologies in the market right now, which are the AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Everyone hears this term a lot. So again, this is not just a reference to something, it's like a black box. These are technologies quite user-friendly right now. Most of the platforms that are right now in the business digital transformation area must have this some kind of element of, again, AI or machine learning side in the system. Otherwise, the increasing number of data that companies or organizations receive today with their customers will not be enough to be able to handle by people or bots. So you need a smarter machine to be able to provide a better or a better manipulated data to the people to make decisions on them. So it has a role. So that's what Commodore does, and this is our own understanding of how digital transformation is able to be achieved, sustained, but also evolved without any limitations. And in Commodore, what we just described together, so just forget about Commodore. Let's just have a conversation here about whatever plan or whatever change or whatever new idea we have in place in any organization in the past, now, in the future. Usually what people do, what teams do, what management does, is that they start with a plan, right? So you need to understand and design and plan your own actions, what you want to achieve. So in Commodore, we call them the process design step. In other words, you see there a diagram of a workflow. So in the platform, this is where you start by expressing in steps, in objects, in visually, how your company does a specific process. So far, what you have done in this, you have just started planning. So nothing happens so far. The next step that is necessary, and this is what we do in Commodore, is the execution of the plan. To do that, in our environment, but also in all platforms that do digital transformation correctly, we provide the ability for our organization to create the interaction environment, we call them user forms, or the environment where the role that will be participating in, as you saw earlier on, the bots, the AI, the people that will interact to achieve a specific outcome, they will have the appropriate environment so that they can focus on task at hand. And after that step takes place, as we saw in the ITIL continuous improvement plan, we need to measure whether or not our design and its execution of the design, which in other words, when our plan goes live, whether or not it was our great idea about this specific process was also realized and verified by our own company doing business. So the feedback from our execution, again, something that is provided through a platform like ours. Otherwise, you won't be able to, again, have that what we call continuous improvement or a digital transformation journey that doesn't end. This is our understanding of Commuter. Digital transformation, yes, as a term, it came up the last year as our participant mentioned earlier on. Nevertheless, it is part of all those past continuous improvement, methodologies. You may call it ITIL, you may call it Kaizen, you may call it Six Sigma, regardless of what you call it. All of them approaches, framework, have one common thing in place. The culture, the logic, the understanding that the organization needs to have a continuous effort, focus on how they can improve themselves, their product, their services, because again, the market is very big and the competition is never ending. So if you want to have the business of your client, but also increase the business, again, this is the right way to do. And in Commuter, we provide end-to-end the specific functionality, say, or technology or tools, you may call it whatever necessary. So end-to-end, you plan, you execute, you have feedback, and you go back to your planning and improve it constantly. Everything in one environment. So let's, again, make it very more specific, but also keep it high level. So over here is, again, our own design that represents a typical scanning of operational, let's say, company architecture or enterprise architecture. So on the upper level, what you see right now is our representation of departments. This is what Dr. Hesham mentioned earlier on. So we're talking about people here. So either it could be, again, our procurement, our HR, our customer service team, our supply chain, finance, you name it. And all of these people, again, these are the business, right? So these are the people of the business. These are our own human capital. They collaborate all day. They exchange files, telephone, emails, in order to achieve a specific outcome that their role is trying to achieve. And each of these departments, usually, this is how, but up to this day, actually, they have a specific technology tool or a service in place that supports their own, let's say, unique need in order to, so that end-to-end they could deliver the value that they want. So far, what's the issue with this? So why, let's say, why we need to change anything from this existing, let's say, situation? Well, as it is right now, as it has been, hopefully with Commuter help this will end, is that we have unstructured tasks and comms. You people may find this quite well and quite, understand and acceptable and nothing, so no issue there. Where that leads to inconsistent prioritization, again, on what exactly our team, our company needs to focus on an everyday business, on a previous. So we lose focus, in other words, on what's important. And what usually happens is that if everyone focuses on their own, let's say, small world or their own internal, let's say, area of responsibility, then you have what we call an official process, because everyone understands their own. This is what, again, we understand that happens more than usually, is that people understand that their own, let's say, role or their own outcome is more important, and they're focused on delivering their own, let's say, area of the responsibility. So we have an official process in place. We have incomplete data, of course, flowing between siloed systems, because each one of these teams you see right now, they are using possibly generating the same information again and again, because they are using that in their own, let's say, environment. This, of course, on the business side of it, if you want to make digital transformation possible here, you don't have lack of the control of process, because systems, again, from our understanding, this is our own where Commuter can make a change. The way they are constructed, the way they work, they operate, many times, they actually lead the way the process or the company does business. And this is something, of course, that is a limitation in any effort that a company would like to start. So if you have cultural acceptance, if you have the stakeholder involvement, and again, onboarding on this process, then on going on the planning or the execution side of it, this is a situation that, again, companies find it very, very difficult to change. And because all the above, you have poor visibility, of course, on process performance. So where we, on the question that we made through the ITIL performance model, where we are right now, again, because of this structure, again, this is very difficult for someone to start. So all these points right now in everyday organizational business, you have a process, what we call operational excellence, that leads to digital transformation, quite impossible, because you can't scale very easily due to these siloed systems. You have tribal knowledge. People are expert on something, and you need to, the company relies on their expertise to do some business. So you are not very flexible on changing your business because it's relevant to specific units on your team. You have technical debt for everyone that is participating right now in the conversation. It is everything that has to do about acquisition, cost, maintenance, support of your technology in place. And of course, all the above, even though you have the acceptance of the vision for cultural change, this is a limitation that you'll find the road. And because it's going to be painful to change due to this structure in place. So this is where Committer comes place. So with Committer, Committer as a solution, as a tool, as a platform, as a technology, it sits between people and systems. You apply with Committer a dedicated or a process-oriented logic, and everything follows the dedicated, the official process you have in place. And there you combine both people, of course, technology, bots, and AI we mentioned earlier, and everything is orchestrated. This is the word that we usually use in our sector, through one touch point, one point of view, one point of reference, environment, system, technology, call it however you want it, and people on the upper layer, which are the most important step or phase or part of our organization. We help them do whatever their own specific output at a better way, at a better, faster way, in a more efficient way. So this is what changes when you have in place a product like ours. You have a standardization of your process. You have automation. You know what's important. When everyone knows what's important, everyone is focused. What's important, we usually has to do something about client, priority about client, deadline about client, product, service, quality, etc. What the company wants to do, it is enforced, not a bad way, but everyone now has a clear understanding on where we need to go. So change management is also, I'd say, achieved through this approach, constant. You are leveraging your existing data because everything is orchestrated and gathered in one environment. And of course, remote working model, which is something that is, again, very relevant in our everyday life. So this is how we at Committer, we make digital transformation operational excellence possible. Through scalability, because we're talking about cloud or web-based environment, reduce technical debt. You are not, there is no need to buy a dedicated system for everything. You just design your work in a workflow, you run it, you execute it, and this brings you working software for your team. Huge reduction in manual works and errors, of course. And you have the environment, you could call it a technological one, to be able to reach at whatever level you want in your digital transformation journey, at whatever pace you are capable to do that. So that was this is how we understand digital transformation at Committer. This is our own role. This is our own participation in that. So let me give you some high level, let's say, company overview and solution overview, so that you can have a better understanding of what we do at Committer. So as you saw so far, we help businesses create their workspace or future. And our goal, working with them in the long term, is to discover the competitive edge. We are there to stay, working with our clients for many years to come. And of course, providing them the latest and the most capable commerce technology that we add in the solution. Some things about Committer that we'll be hearing so far. So we have been around for the last 10 years. Our clients are multinational, global right now. So we have close to 150 clients right now. Some names that you may know are McKesson in UK, Sky, Yara, ATS Global, Acer, and PwC, different sectors, each one of them. We have presence in different countries beyond, of course, our own company, our own countries like Greece and London with our business partner like HT Vision, of course, that in Egypt. We are privately held. Our capacity is close to 50 personnel right now, a combination of developers, backend, high, and of course management and client-faced team. Our technology is, as you saw so far, is cloud-based, so everything is cloud, is around low-code BPM, so rules, decision, orchestration, but with built-in automation, AI, ML, and RPA, and we will be adding blockchain very, very soon. How we are different? Let me, hopefully most of you have this question in mind. So I'm going to go very quickly this to go in our live environment right now. So how is Commoner different from, and where we stand in the market? So if you were to compare us with any brand right now that you have experience or are using right now in your company, then where would Commoner stand, let's say? Where would Commoner sit in this market? How you could understand what Commoner can do for you, or if we can do anything for you at all. Well, there are three markets right now in the three different types of software or companies or brands that right now we compete with, or we provide the same value that they provide. And this is a simple market position you are seeing right now. We use it in all discussion with our clients very early, be able to understand them better what exactly Commoner can do for them. So in the lower right end of the screen, you see what we call the low code or BPM solution in the market. They are best at what they do. They provide a tool where you do what we mentioned earlier, where you design your process, your workflow, you execute it, and of course, that provides you feedback on how, and of course, you can continue improving again and again. But usually those tools do not provide any out-of-the-box functionality that how we call them, like Commoner does. For example, project management beyond the automation, RPA, AI, machine learning, and of course, HR and document management systems. And in the other two sectors, those are sectors that do all those out-of-the-box functionalities we mentioned, but they do not have the low-code BPM, the process management of workflow automation. So Commoner combines these two words together. This is what Commoner is. We provide everything you'd expect from a high-end platform like the one you're seeing right here. I know that in Egypt and in the region, platforms like K2 or Nindex or OutSystem, they are known, they are being used, I mean. So this I believe, and of course, Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Slack, again, Salesforce, very known tools. And the same with SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, or Odoo, which could be another solution for yours. So this is where we stand in the market. This is how we're different, let's say, from the platforms. So this is the heart of the system, the workflow automation we're going to see in a couple of minutes together. This is where you, with a drag and drop environment based on BPM and 2, you design that great idea you have in mind to provide that great outcome, that great experience to your customers. So as you mentioned, you need a great workflow for that. And as long as you have the idea, Commoner has no limitation on how that idea can be represented. Then this environment here, again, one final screenshot from the environment tool of the platform is there where you create your own module, your own environment inside the platform. We call it the application development environment. So in other words, you just don't create a workflow, you create the user interface that you want your user to see also inside the same platform. So what are those automation tools and why we are so focused on them? Well, we are focused on them because we have seen in our experience that in a business, you don't have just user inputs. You have people, organization, or companies contact, collaborate, engage, communicate with their clients or suppliers or vendors, but even internally with other teams, not just by text or by phone, but by documentation, which is a very, very important part of doing business. So in the platform, beyond just user input, what we saw earlier on, so having a task, the user interacting with that, we also have all those necessary technology so you can have as an input a document, a PDF, an image, a Word, an Excel, text, a natural language, but even information that are in a website. The platform has those available technology both in RPA and AI, so then we can have all those unstructured, if I may call them, information in a form that the workflow or the process or people can make decisions on them. So we have them in structured data as an output. On the side of the RPA, again, a very high level understanding, we are able to use the RPA for creating a document, We're able to use the RPA for interacting with other systems, going to a website, opening our ERP system, our logistics system, our document system, whatever that is, read a file, convert a file to something else. So again, some things that our users do in everyday life. So this is something that is very easily estimated and easily implemented. And again, we use the AI component of the platform in order to understand things that the bot cannot understand, like what an image says. Let's say we scan an invoice and we need the date from or amount or a client name. This is where the AI component comes in place. We need to analyze a document. Let's say we have an offer or an order that has different information inside of it. It could have a table, it could have a description. So that's where document image analyzer comes in place. Then something we'll see together in a few minutes. Then we need to understand whether or not we can understand content in a natural language. That's why we have sentiment analysis. Understanding whether a client are happy or not and make decision on that. Again, very important in customer management, in customer feedback management. And finally, machine learning, again, terms that possibly you have heard a lot, but these are working, commercially available, very easy to use in your everyday life through an orchestration tool like Commodore, which has the workflow sitting on top of all these components, as we mentioned in the governance area earlier. So these are our clients right now, the biggest one that right now are working with Commodore, different sectors, different needs. Nevertheless, the same platform is able to reach them all and again, address all the needs. Beyond sectors, we have cross-departments results. As again, we come back to what was mentioned in the previous section of our discussion today. It's not that a sector is using our platform. The most important thing that inside the specific organization, different people, different needs, and different teams are able to coexist, work, and achieve their own specific goal through a platform like ours, since we are cross-wide in the whole platform, in the whole organization, connecting those small processes that each department has so that we can provide an end-to-end, again, process optimization and automation. Now, I'm going to switch to our platform, and I'm going to show you two live cases of how digital transformation is affecting how we engage with our customers. So this is something we believe is very, very important, how we provide self-service to our customers, but also how we use technology to help our employees better service our clients. Give me one moment, please. Are you able to see the two browsers pages I have added in my screen now?
Not yet. We can see Q&A.
Oh, then
slide.
I need to change. Right. So it needs to change.
Stop sharing and start sharing
yes,
again.
Correct. Correct. So I need to share the screen. However, it's giving me option.
Yes, we can see it now.
Excellent.
Not now. Try again, please.
What I have in my screen are two tabs. One is representing the customer input and one is the platform. So let me just try how we can share the whole screen instead of just windows here. Give me a moment, please. So share screen. Okay, then let's start with this. So what you're seeing here right now is a web page that every organization has or every company has where a customer contacts us for raising a request, right? So,
right.
And in next to that, we have the Commodore platform. So right now here, what you're seeing, what our employees at this company are have in front of them. So let me go back to the submitting a customer feedback. So let's say May I use your name, Mr. Ashraf, here? So right now, the idea is that I am going to my provider, to my company that is supporting me with a specific service they're providing to me. And I want to raise a request because a service that they provide to us is not operating correctly. So I need them to support my business and come back to me as soon as possible. So let's say that we have this, let's say this is a telecom company or a company that provides, let's say, internet and mobile service to us. And we have a corporate package with them for telephone, internet, etc., with a specific company. And we have an issue because right now we understand that possibly something is not activated correctly or something not working. So we are raising a request and saying to them that our internet access is not active or is not available, and it is affecting our business. If this is not, let's make it very, very realistic. So I'm submitting the specific form to the specific environment. Let me just, now this is a live data, so things usually in every live environment could have some issues. So let me just repeat the step very quickly. So at this step right now, the customer will be submitting their own request to our company. And then from this public form, this will trigger a process in our workflow, in our organization. So this is the point that I wanted to show you right now here. And email should be sent automatically, again, something very, very generic to our clients, to provide them with visibility on our own process and where we are. And now let me quickly change the window to you to go in the platform environment. Now here, what is happening right now is that we have an indication that the new process has been submitted. So I am, let's say, the customer clerk. I click on the ticket. And now what the customer sees that a new ticket with number 27 has been submitted by the specific client of ours. Again, it has been transporting all the information that we input in the form. But however, we have another information here that is very, very important. Could you please focus here, please? So right now we have a categorization of the ticket. We have a categorization of the sentiment of the content, but also a categorization of the priority. How this is being done. So if I take now to my workflow, let me show you right now the process logic, the planning that has been done before we reach to this step. So what we have in this environment is that the logic, which is that the user submits a ticket that triggers a process. An email has been sent back to the client. Let me. So it's number 27. This is the one right now here. So the customer has been receiving a ticket saying that we have received your own request. And then two components inside the platform start doing the work to help our customer support team do their work better. What there is, one is the text classification. And the second one is the sentiment analysis. The sentiment analysis understands the content of the language, whether our customer is happy, positive, happy or positive, negative or neutral. Whereas the text classification trying to understand what type of request from the existing we have in place this specific request is, so it can be routed to the according team. So we have a team responsible for individual requests, in other words, retail clients, another one for corporate clients, another one that has to do with support of the service mostly, and finally a team that is responsible for managing complaints. So test classification in the environment is in this specific workflow is added in order to understand from the wording of the case which one of these 4 cases, again, this specific request is. And the step analysis, whether or not this specific client, in regard to the previous request that was done, let's say 5 minutes ago, or the one that will follow, or the one that has, again, was submitted, which one is more important? So the question is that, let's say we have the same type of request, which is corporate in our case. They are both, let's say, expressing some request to our company, but which one of them should our team, let's say, work first? In other words, how we can help our support team focus first on the client that is, again, makes business sense to work first. Let's say a negative client is more possible to leave our business, or someone that has a more urgency to their request. So what this analysis does, it changes the priority of the ticket according to what kind of content the specific client expresses with the. So the user here or our company end will go and open the ticket, and then we'll see is the ticket information we saw earlier on. They will see the sentiment as negative because this was, again, on the word. We told them that the internet is not available and we will leave them. So it's something negative. It's saying that priority to top based on the specific information scenario we have made. And finally, the ticket category, it made it corporate because it saw the word corporate in the, so quite easy to understand, but depending on the specific model that you build, this could be, again, changed and improved even more. So right now I am the admin or the first receiver, the first level receiver of the ticket. I can either accept the suggestion from the components, so that by reading the information, or I can bypass them and choose different information here. If I do that, the models we have in the platform, which are very, very important, in the next instance of the process, they will keep this in mind. In other words, they will take this information under consideration, so they are constantly trained. For the sake of our concern, let's keep them as they are. So let's click save. And now what happens is that the admin of the customer service completes his own step. In other words, making the first screening, the high-level screening of the request, accepting or making adjustments as necessary. So this is a ticket that was just concluded. And now, as you saw at the gate, it went to the appropriate team, which is, again, corporate issue. So the corporate issue team will have their own task to complete. So let me quickly open so what you see right now here, which pops up in the window, is what we mentioned earlier on as the appropriate environment for the appropriate user to do their own step in the task. So this is a user form that has the fields that this specific user, we understand, should have to do their work better. So right now we're seeing all the information in the previous task. We are seeing all the information, and now I'm right that the issue was with the customer ID, let's say, prefix combination in the ERP. It was fixed and tested and untested for fully working. So I click save, and right now I have solved the case in regard to from the side of the customer again support team in the specific process that we saw together. Let me just take you back to the process logic. Very, very important to see where we are at that step and what the purpose of this specific process is. So right now it goes back to the admin. So we're still internally right now in the process where before the information goes to our customer to avoid any errors or any miscommunication, there's another step which the admin of the customer service team will accept or reject, of course, the specific resolution. So confirm resolution now. I'll click on this. I'm seeing what my team did, so I can click that yes, I accept that resolution. So the next step has been completed, and what now happens is that all the information you saw so far, or everything that has been done internally to solve the specific case to our client, we have added again a small, it's a very simple automation in the Commodore environment, an automated email that gathers all the information from the process. So right now we confirm, and now we have sent an email to our client with all the ticket information so that they can approve our own. So let me show you, I need to change the window, I guess, to show you the, can you see the email here? Possibly this window works. So hopefully you are able to see that, because again,
yes, we can see it now.
Excellent. So what this does is that it sends back to the customer that the company has resolved this solution, again, self-service here, and the customer has the option to click and view all the customer, the ticket details, everything that took part, again, based on what we want our client to know, of course. So right now, we should be seeing in a couple of seconds a new form loading. This is, again, provided to our clients, where they can see all the history of the ticket. So again, some information here possibly will not be present, but nevertheless, customers see what action has been taken, by whom, etc. So the customer responds back to our company, to our client, to our admin, and then the admin in our case goes and concludes the specific process, having the customer feedback, let's say yes, either the ticket was accepted or we need to resolve it again. Here, what could happen in this specific process. And now we have a full completion of the specific process concluded. Yeah, the session has ended, so the demo edition we are using has thrown me out. Let me just log in again, please, very quickly. So this was an indication of how very important areas of how the company interacts with our clients to have them satisfied at any point in time. This is how exactly they can easily a direction of digital or transforming digitally their own way of doing business, and where it is important, which is regarding their own clients. So this was the example that I want to share, the first one. Any question here before we go to the second one, which is the loan request? Okay, I'll go to the second one now. And before I go there, I just want to...
I guess Mr. Ahmed Samir, he raised his hand. He may have, you can unmute Ahmed.
Can I ask questions?
Yes, please,
Sure.
Go ahead, please.
I worked before in government, and I have the three main issues that related to government, and you can explain to me how to be covered in your system. The first one is localization. How Commodore will cover localization, or you working on it? Because you all know our government need to be in Arabic language.
Very good question. So with our teammates division and of course Mr. Mohammed Al-Arabi, we are working on this direction. So this is something that, so right now you're seeing the window of Commodore. If I click on my settings, which I'm a user right now, the language will be in our parameters. This will be added and a new language, which will be Arabic. So this is, we are still working on that. It's quite easy, and every user, which is very, very important, every user could have their own language inside the platform, which is something very, very important. So the answer is we are working on that, and we'll be implementing that in the next weeks or months, depending on the case.
Perfect. And second one is most government need their data to be on premise. That like Oman or UAE need to the government have a policies that any ministry or anyone need his data to be hosted in on-premise, don't be accessed or be saved outside the country.
Of course.
So
it's very,
Commodore
very important.
can be on-premise?
The answer is yes. the tool will be installed wherever our clients choose to. So we start as a cloud-based. However, with 3 of our biggest clients, one is a telecom company, the other 2 is in pharma, because they have very sensitive data, they have gone with on-premise installation. So what they do, they provide access to our team, to their own server environment, to a virtual environment. We install the tool there. So all data created and transformed will be remaining in the environment of the tool of the client.
Perfect. That's a good to the government. And the third one and final one is how to maintain the security, because you know we have a major security issues in our region that need to be covered. So the security, for example, don't need anyone to make a request. So you have integration with identity server or something, and implement the main security fixes daily.
The answer is yes. As part of our projects, both for user access rights, but also, as you mentioned, for security issues, the platform integrates with other Active Directory internally inside a company. Again, for user-specific access, provide only. Or if you are talking about our external, let's say, stakeholders, they could be our clients, our suppliers, or whatever element interacts with our organization. Then we right now provide integration encryption on transit. So everything that is transported through the platform and outside the platform is again encrypted. And again, we will be, so for example, with the bank we are working on, we are encrypting the information from the client's web banking or e-banking. I'm not sure what term you are familiar with, where the client interacts with. So the platform can have access to the specific information, but also from a pre-authorized clients or users only.
Perfect. Yes, thank you a lot, and thank you.
You are most welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
You are most welcome. Any question, please? How about how are we on time, Mr. Ashraf? Do we have 10 minutes more to show the second case?
Yes, you can. We have 10
Excellent.
minutes, no problem. Yeah.
Excellent.
Everybody's enjoying the real digital transformation and business process automation. Go ahead.
Excellent. For some reason, give me one please. The Zoom is not reacting on my end, so give me one second, please. All right. Let us. We're waiting for Zoom to do its to load on. So right now, I opened a new environment, a new web page. It's showing a new request for loan. Are you able to see it?
Customer request management. Yes.
One more, please.
No, couldn't see the new tab.
Yeah.
Can see we're still in Commodore platform.
Right. So what I'm going to do, apologies to everyone. I have some issue with the Zoom environment. It's actually.
You can stop sharing and share the other.
That's my purpose. That's my
tab,
purpose. So what I'm trying to do, it's freezed. So apologies. I will log out and log in a couple of seconds. It has been freezed. It's not react to user input. Give me 1 second, please. I'll log in.
Till Henry will join us again, we have the pleasure to announce that High-Tech Vision is the strategic partner of Commodore in Egypt, and we started already. We have some communications, and we are planning to have our first workshop for digital transformation and business automation. It will be next week, starting 23rd month, and we are going to announce in details in a couple of minutes. He's back.
Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry, apologies for that. The
Welcome
whole
back.
platform was fixed. It was freezing and wasn't really reacting. So let me continue sharing the screen. So let's go a second scenario here. So let's imagine that I just mentioned you earlier, and I thought this was interesting because it has another very, very important component inside of it. We have machine learning. So we are using commercially available machine learning technology to help us make sense of big data, I would say. This is the purpose here. So and in our scenario, let's all imagine that you go to your bank, or when you request a loan from your bank. That's the case here. So the process is optimization, automation of a loan request in a bank. So there are two ways that clients nowadays, in the past, but also nowadays, can request a loan from a bank. That you either go to a physical branch, you go there to a specific bank clerk and request a specific loan, making the request. Then the employee submits the information inside their bank system. Then it goes to the credit, let's say, department to make the change, etc. So it is a process inside the platform, inside the bank, to check whether or not you are a correct candidate for that loan, accept it, and continue with the process issuance. And due to as all we have discussed, due to the availability and expansion of retail or client technology right now, banks are reaching to their clients mostly through, again, an environment or through their mobile phone, or again through a website or through banking, than through retail branches. And due to our pandemic, this has been accelerated even more. So in our example here, the need was how we can provide from one end. Again, the focus is always on the customer in our discussion today. This is how we believe, if we understand what our customer needs, then we can understand how we can achieve this transformation. So the example here is how we can provide a self-service environment to our clients to be able to request a product or service from us, how we can expedite the process of analyzing this request so that we can support our team internally to be able to better make decision inside the specific for the specific request, and how we can reduce errors, human errors, how we can improve our customer satisfaction by having the response to them faster. The response could be either negative or positive, doesn't matter, but customer visibility on how they interact with the company is very much appreciated nowadays. And secondly, how we can use this information in ways that could, again, reduce the process life cycle, so that we can, again, reduce our resources capacity, of course, increasing their productivity. So what I'm right now, you should be seeing the team prepared this just for our presentation today. So it's our own, let's say, high level, let's say, design of a web page in a bank, in your own e-banking environment. So imagine you have logged in your bank account through, again, your bank environment web service, and you have your deposits, your cards, loans, and you go to request a loan. So you click on loans, you click, let's say, on mortgage or customer loans, and this form pops up inside the environment of your bank. So, and then you go ahead, let me just choose the data right now that I have, so because we need to expedite it. So it's requesting my data. Let's say, let me log in this very quickly. So what you saw earlier on, and the same example it's here, you are seeing an embedded form of our process. So something that you create inside the computer environment, it is being extracted and embedded in an environment that our customers, our suppliers, our vendors, whoever we want to interact with our processes by triggering it, can see it, interact it. And in this way, we remove that time consuming of translating user input and user request to our company. So let me quickly go over here very quickly. Let's see if this time the form is on. So again, I don't know, I'm going to choose here. let's say we want, I don't know, car loan, a fixed rate, loan amount, let's say we want this amount. And let's say it's going to be for 10 years, for example. So right now, these are information inputted that our existing or optimized process in our bank requires so that we can, again, understand better and analyze, of course, our customer request. So I click save here. And now, myself, the client, I have done my request to the bank. And if I go back to the platform, so let's all suppose right now that I just changed to the computer environment. Are you able to see that?
We see complete this form to request a loan.
All right, all right.
Still loans section here.
So I should share again and click on your, here. So what happens that I just submitted a specific, so let me go to emails here also. I just submitted a loan request, and now here I am the bank clerk, right? Or any organization you may have that has similar process in place. So right now I'm seeing a notification that something new has come up, and now it says that you have a loan request. And now I have the information. So right now I'm seeing all the information that my client submitted regarding what his demographic, what kind of type loan request, and if I go now to the process,
the red color means something, or just color?
It's just no. In our case, it's just UX. So it just
okay.
It could be any color whatsoever. Yeah. So if I go now to my process, let very quickly all together see the process logic. It's very, very simple, this one. So we'll complete it in a couple of minutes. So right now, my customer triggered the process. Self-service, again, very important. And in our process design, we have, a person that receives all the requests to make, let's say, a first clearance or to make some change to that. So we have in our step, we have a user that inputs customer data that are needed to be able to evaluate the request. That could be, let's say, information that our client doesn't have. Those are information that usually we have in our bank system. So those should be added, or because in our example here, we don't have integration, those could be integrated with the internal systems that we have, and that could be fetched directly there so we can remove the step altogether. And then we have a machine learning component here. What it does, it analyzes all the information inputted, and based on historical data, in other words, it's looking at that information we have created or inputted when we first create this process here. It's matching when such kind of information resulted in approval of the loan and when it resulted in rejection of the loan. Based on the statistical tools that we have in place, we call them, statistical methodology. It could be, again, someone that is in data analytics could have a knowledge better, so like bias or tree decision or different tools that we have that you can use. It achieves to the confidence or the correctness of the specific model we have right now. So let's execute it and let's see how the ID works. So again, I'm the first employee that receives the task here. I open my own form. I see the information that I received from my user. And now I need to input credit score and high risk. So this information I mentioned again, just for the demo's sake, we in our role, we have a user inputting that. However, that could be fetched automatically from a table inside our bank that we have for our client. So let's say this has a credit score of 81 and it's not a high risk. Click save. And now I just triggered the machine learning component, which its role is to propose whether or not this request should be accepted or not. So I go back to the process, and in the process logic, very quickly for all of us to be on the same page, we are right now, the machine learning has done its own evaluation in the seconds you saw right now, and we have the second phase clerk here, which will be finally reviewing the loan request. This is again the process example here. every bank or every organ could have different steps. The purpose here is focused on how technology can help us make faster and better decisions. That's the whole purpose of this demo for you, all of you. So I am the second clerk to review the learn request. I'm seeing the information that was inputted by my client, the information input by my team, or again by the system. And finally, over here, I am seeing the suggestion by the machine learning, which is saying that you should proceed in approving this specific learn request. Now, in our scenario, because as I mentioned, we need in our scenario a person to approve or reject, or if we are confident about our machine learning component, we can remove the step, and according to what this specific output is, it will complete the process. So in our example, the user can either approve or reject the suggestion by the machine learning. And as I mentioned in the previous discussion, whatever the user changes here retrains the component for every new instance. So let's say I approve it. Now the process has been completed, and an email should be sent to our, over here. So we have an email in the beginning that goes to the finance manager if in case he's not in the platform. So again, not for notification purposes. And since now we have completed the process, let me quickly see the next step. The client should be receiving an email notifying him that a specific request he made, so here we are, again, is accepted or rejected accordingly. So again, we automate communication, we automate self-service, we automate errors, whatever is necessary in our example. And we have a complete loan request, again, overview of what took place for every loan request ticket we have in place. So for all your loan requests or customer feedback or supply order or sales order or procurement or whatever that process is, regardless, we have a dedicated environment where you see all your information together. So in our example here, if I go to the table that contains all my information, over here you can see all your loan requests, the steps they are, the type of the information, and priority, etc. And as we saw previously, on the case of, for example, of the customer feedback request management, beyond all the tickets, whether something is important, is completed or not, you are able also to create your own customer reports to understand how your customer request timeline had been completing, what type you have more, what types of requests you have per sentiment, and to make appropriate business decisions. So this is how the cycle of automation, again, and process design is done in Commodore, but also digital transformation. This is what we do. This is what we are good at. And again, as long as you have the previous steps, which are culture and vision in place, you don't have to worry about implementation. This is what we have experience with. And this is actually what we thought would be interesting to share with you and all our audience today. Please go ahead. Any question whatsoever?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Henry, for this live demo. And one question: we cannot mislead the machine learning, as you mentioned. We have an option: you can accept, or you can accept, or you can deny. But there is no way to mislead machine learning.
To mislead it, very good. So if you try to mislead it, the way it is designed, you are misleading your own actions. What I mean by that is that, again, very high level, I'm more than happy to go in details for you, but the machine learning has 3 variables that you will understand that you are not able to, again, as you mentioned, to mislead it. What are those? The first one is the statistical methodology. So if we were to do this by hand and try to define paths or trends or any combination in our data, you'd be using different statistical methodologies. In our example here, we have decision tables, naive Bayes, logistics, regression. So these are all those acceptable data analytics approaches, theories, how you analyze your data. So this is the mind that the machine learning has, the way to understand data depending on what kind of classifiers you use it. Now, what kind of information it works with. It works with data inputs that our company, our users, our clients have been creating by working on the process. So in other words, it will not be misleaded if you try to change something in the approve reject step. It will take as granted that people know better, and because you told me that this time this request was, let's say, a good request, a bad request, or approve reject, or whatever that is, then I'll take this under consideration for future. So in other words, it's in your own interest to identify appropriate accuracy to your data or combination, because your machine learning will be as good or as mislead or not based on what exactly your purpose is. So if you want, if the outcome that you want is to be in the interest of your business, then that's exactly what the machine learning will understand. It will always follow your user actions. So there is no way you will mislead the machine learning. It will adjust to whatever you choose. So if you make a mistake, then you'll tell it to make a mistake next time it sees the same data.
Which means you need full access to the bank organization data.
All we need for the user, all we need in our example, it's very simple. Let me take you very quickly to the loan request, for example, or to any process whatsoever. What we need are the information that are important in your,
for this case, yeah.
For example, so if you in your bank, you need the salary, you need the credit risk, you need the loan amount, and these are enough in the way you have your model, then these are the information that you'll tell it to be what we call the training fields. In other words, these are the fields it will read every time, and based on these columns here, it will it will look out for the decision in this column here. So in other words, the machine learning, it's not telling you how the process or the loan request should be approved or rejected. First, it learns from your own experience. In other words, in the beginning, day one, you upload to the model your existing actual historical request results, and then it will learn from every new instance. So it will automate a combination of actions that users did in the past. So it's as good as your data.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the audience? Okay, let's move forward. Thank you very much, Henry, for the live demos.
You are most welcome.
And as we see here, road is difficult, but future is bright. Anytime, any place, anything, you should be ready for digital transformation. What's next? We have the pleasure to announce our online hands-on training. This is the first corporation in training with Commodore, digital transformation requirements for business workshop. It will start 20th of December for 4 days. And we have special requests for attendees here, attend with us, promo code webinar. I will discuss now what we'll have. You can go through full details from this URL. I already put it in the chat, dtonline.hitechvision.net. What we are going to cover and include, it will be 4 days, each day 2 sessions. First day, session 1, will include basic concept of digital government, about the rapid change, technical hubs, IoT, Internet of Things, and why it's important for digital transformation, big data concept, and how to use it in digital transformation. Session 2 will discuss blockchain and the cryptocurrency technologies, augmented reality technologies to come in the near future, levels of digital transformation, and digital business models. And we are going to build one depending on the attendees. Day 2 will discuss design the operating model, strategy framework, mission statement, business model, customer journey, operating model. And session 2, managing transformation project using software tools, of course, Commodore, like what you know, enterprise architect, business transformation, and software demo. The third day, we're going to discuss digitization and automation, improve the user experience, benefits of digital transformation, examples and lessons learned from fully digitally transformed countries. Session 2 will discuss lean methodology in improving government products and services, and also for business, and the role of digital transformation in supporting them, leading framework for digital transformation. Last day, we're going to discuss digital sharing, open data government, and what does it mean, smart government, introduction to change management, which Dr. Hisham mentioned, and how to handle it, introduction to shift management, which is very important. Session 2, basic principles of information security, which is very important for any digital transformation or any online business. An introduction to blockchain applications in government and administration and how it will be fit exactly. And of course, we need legislative changes, requirements to keep pace with the requirement of digital transformation. And final closure and recommendation for this workshop. As I told you, we can see it now. There is a website for including all the details and all details for the website and this is the website, including full details. It will be hands-on training, program goals, and the workshop outlines and agenda, which I just discussed with you now. Speakers, myself and Mr. Muhammad Al-Arabi and Henri Kokakili. To book your tickets, click here. You will get buy now. Enter here the coupon. People in Egypt, you can use different ways. You can also pay online. Don't forget to enter the promo code webinar hash to get your 20% discount. I shared with you for the chat area. If you need more details, or you want to discuss more details regarding our services, Commodore, you want a POC, proof of concept, or any details, you can click this calendar to book a meeting with myself or with our supporting team at any time. And I shared it already with you. It will be in the comments, and all resources besides this presentation also will be sent to all attendees and participants. And also for more details or our other available courses and workshops, you can visit our e-learning platform, elearning.hightechvision.net for more details. Now we are all open-minded and open for any discussions or any details or suggestions from your side. Any suggestions, any questions, any queries? What's your feedback about Commodore and the presentation? We are ready to hear from you. Okay, I would like to thank you all for being with us, and I hope we added some information to your knowledge regarding digital transformation and RBA and how you can implement it and using, and see you in our next sessions. Thank you very much. And before I leave, please take a couple of minutes to fill the questionnaire, our survey, to improve our services and see what you feel about our session. The questionnaire in Arabic, because this is our standard. Sorry, Henry and me.
Don't worry, we'll ask for an English one tomorrow.
Okay, sure. I will send you the feedback. Okay.
Allow me to thank everyone,
please.
and thank you again for being with us today. Hopefully, I'll have a chance to discuss with you in the future again. Thank you very much again, and be well.
Thank you, Henry, for your time and for your team. And really, it was very good demonstration and informative session. Waiting for your feedback for the survey, please. Can you see the survey? The ball?
Yeah, we can see the survey.
Okay, so please answer the question by selecting your. It's multiple. It will take only 1 minute. Yeah, it's not.
Okay. Sure, I can attend another workshop. Nice workshop, Mr. Ashraf. Thank you very much for your invitation, and for also for Mr. Henry. I'll take more information about this topics, and I would like to thank all the members attending this workshop. Thank you very much. With you, Lina Ahmed. Thank you from the UAE.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Thank you likewise.
Okay, thank you very much. Big like for you, Mr. Henry. And big like for Mr. Ashraf. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Look forward to talking all of you together in the future.
Yes. Also me, I very enjoy. Thank you. Now I complete the survey and I make submit. Finish.
Okay, خلاص, we received already.
Okay.
We still have two, maybe myself and Henry. We didn't evaluate ourselves yet.
We have only 9 members, 9 participate with our together.
I may guess the answers, so I may guess the answers now. So I'll give it a try.
Okay.
I'll go with the majority, right? So yeah.
Really, it's a nice workshop.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And about the presentation, mashallah, it's big like for you. Thank you, Mr. Henry.
Thank you. And
appreciating
thank you, Sasha, for participating.
Yeah, very important. Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you. With my pleasure.
You're most welcome. And inshallah, we will share
inshallah
with you.
For next time also. Inshallah. Inshallah.
We'll keep in touch with everybody, inshallah.
Inshallah, everything. Inshallah, everything is okay.
Okay. Let's have a group picture for attendees, if you don't mind.
You know, Mr. Ashraf, during the session, I'll take more pictures for the screen in my laptop.
Oh.
Then I can send for you if you need.
Thank you very much.
This is like a feedback for this workshop. You can, or maybe I can send for your email if you have, if you can send your email in my mobile. In WhatsApp, I can send for you all the pictures, also for Mr. Henry if you need.
I shared already my details in the last slide.
Okay.
I'm typing my email here also.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Lina, I think you are professor in the university or Ministry of Education?
I am a fine art artist. And coordinator and art teacher and trainer for graphic.
Oh, good, mashallah.
And also plus the ambassador of Humanity Peace International.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for the group picture?
Yeah.
Say cheese, everybody. Where is mine? I cannot see mine.
Okay, now Mr. Ashraf with
Okay.
the full screen for you because you are the boss.
Thank you. No. Okay, thank you, Henry, very much. Thank you, everybody. And inshallah, we'll keep in touch and appreciating your time. Have a good night and
have a good night and
stay
be well,
safe,
everyone.
Stay safe and avoid COVID-19. It's very, very rapid spreading. Yani. May God save all of us. Salam alaikum.
Be well. Be well.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Inshallah, have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Be careful for all. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.